All right, besties, let's spill the tea on the legendary Karl Lagerfeld. He wasn't just a designer, he was fashion's drama king, shade queen, and everything in between. Buckle up because his story is a ride. Karl was born on September 10, 1933, in Hamburg, Germany. Though Karl claimed 1935, he said, "Age is for losers." His dad made bank in condensed milk, and his mom, a straight-up savage who reportedly told Karl his hands were disgusting and refused to let him wear gloves, which, ironically, became his signature look. Karl knew early on that small-town life wasn't for him. By the time he was a teen, he had his sights set on Paris, because duh, where else do icons go? In 1954, Karl entered a design competition and slayed the coat category. Pierre Balmain snapped him up, and 3 years later, he moved to Jean Patou. But let's be real, Karl wasn't the type to stay in someone else's shadow. By the 1960s, he was freelancing for Fendi and Chloe, proving he could make fur and chiffon look edgy, not granny. And honey, let's not forget his work ethic. Karl didn't sleep. Like, literally, he once said he only needed 4 hours. He worked for multiple brands simultaneously because slowing down, that wasn't in his vocabulary. Fast forward to 1983, and Chanel was tragic. People thought it was over. Dusty, out of touch, old money vibes. Enter Karl with his ponytail, sunglasses, and enough sass to rebrand a dynasty. He gave us the iconic tweed suits but made them edgy. He layered pearls like it was a competition, and spoiler alert, he won. Suddenly, everyone wanted Chanel. He even put the double C logo on literally everything. Tweed baseball caps? Check. Designer surfboards? Why not? Chanel went from your grandma's closet to everyone's dream wardrobe. Now, let's talk about Karl off the runway, because this man was extra. His uniform, black suit, white shirt, fingerless gloves, and those sunglasses wasn't just a look, it was a lifestyle. He once said, "I am like a caricature of myself, and I like that." Self-aware king. But Karl was also a lot. He didn't just throw shade, he hurled it. He called Adele a little too fat, rude, said sweatpants were a sign of defeat, and claimed he was fed up with "Nup Me Too." Yikes. Yet, he adored his cat Choupette, a literal millionaire who traveled first class and had her own staff. Let's not sugarcoat it, Karl was polarizing. People either worshipped him or side-eyed his controversial takes. But love him or not, you couldn't ignore him. When Karl wasn't reinventing Chanel or running Fendi, he was sketching, sometimes up to 5 collections at once. He even dabbled in photography and published books. Oh, and his diet? Wild. He lost 90 pounds in 13 months just to fit into Hedi Slimane's skinny suits. Dedication or obsession? You decide. Karl Lagerfeld passed away on February 19, 2019, leaving behind a fashion empire that will never be matched. Chanel and Fendi still dominate, and his personal brand, Karl Lagerfeld, keeps his edgy aesthetic alive. But let's be clear, Karl's legacy isn't just in clothes. It's in the drama, the spectacle, and the unapologetic attitude he brought to fashion. Whether you loved him or loved to hate him, Karl was one of a kind, a Gen Z meme before memes were a thing. So, what's the moral of the story? Always wear your sunnies, don't apologize for being iconic, and maybe don't throw too much shade, unless you're Karl Lagerfeld. And there you have it, besties. The legendary, sassy, and oh-so-extra life of Karl Lagerfeld. From reinventing Chanel to serving us iconic drama, his legacy lives on in every corner of the fashion world. If you loved this trip down the runway of history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Fashion Rewind on YouTube, and follow us on TikTok for the most fabulous fashion stories. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next video, fashion lovers. Stay fierce, stay fabulous,